No intro. I bet.
Uh,
We in here, man.
oh man, look, listen, man. Right off the top, first things first. If you're trying to listen to a podcast where you don't got to worry about comic book writers being all in the videos, you know what I'm saying? Come on down to the behind the scene podcast where a podcast can be a podcast. You
Oh
know what I'm
man,
saying?
yeah, yeah.
Hashtag everybody's compromised.
Everybody's compromised. Yep.
Listen, man. We're gonna be real careful here. We're gonna be
Yeah,
real. We're gonna be very, very careful here, right?
yeah. It's nasty work. Nasty work out there, yo. A lot of bait and switches, bro. A lot of camo. A lot of people wearing camo. You know what I'm saying? Look, it's you see the guy come out, pop. You know, been coming. You know what I mean? Like we
Yo,
got a lot of inside threat. Inside threat. We had an
the
inside threat, man.
the bait and switches is crazy, bro. Hold
Yeah.
on, man. I gotta send a quick text.
All right. Bet. Yeah, the bait and switch has been crazy, man. This whole comic book game right now has been very um like no bullshit. Let me see. Let me movie and get you back in there, man. But yeah, for you listeners out there, it has been sort of a crazy week, sort of a crazy, not really crazy, just slow. I think we're all starting to feel the effects of how comic books are kind of drying up as the way we know it, the traditional publishing way. All right, there we go. Can you hear
Oh,
me?
yeah. Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
So I think I gotta delete this one, the
All
other
right,
one.
all right. We good, bro. We good.
All right, all right. Impromptu shows for tonight. Wasn't planning on it. We're just you were just feeling the temperature, and you're like, you know what, fuck that. Let's get on here and talk for a bit.
Uh, I don't even know. I don't
Oh
even know how to
man.
set this off, bro.
Um,
I don't
really,
even.
it's. eh, I don't even know either. To tell you the truth, man. It's really just about looking at the industry, looking at comic books as a whole, seeing where it's going, seeing where it's heading, paying attention who really cares about this stuff. Because there's a limited amount of people who actually care. You know, we're one of the few that actually care. Everyone else, you know, the younger generation, they don't give a fuck. They moved on to anime and manga. They'll watch an MCU movie here or there. They may watch the cartoon and maybe something on Disney Plus or HBO Max. Call it a day. CW is done. That era is over with. You know what I mean? Like, there's definitely a changing of the guard when it comes to this pulp culture superhero stuff, man.
Oh
You know what I'm
man.
saying?
So right off of the top, bro. The thing that I want to try to get a hold on here, man, is like, what should we be expecting out of the comic book industry? What should we be expecting in terms of like content? Are we at the point now where we should no longer be relying on the big two for quality content, bro?
I think it's been that way. I think everybody has known that the other studios like IDW and Image and Boom have been providing the heavy work in terms of quality storytelling in comic books. And Marvel and DC has been deteriorating literally for years now. My comic book writing class, Full Sail, first day, instructor says, stay away from the superhero genre. Marvel and DC, stay away from that. That's on the decline. Comic books is okay, but the superhero stuff, the Marvel DC stuff is on a decline.
It's over.
It's over. They lost it. You know what I'm saying? You can only stay on top for so long. You know, that's that's pretty much history. So we got the feeling that they were just trying to keep the lights on, and now it's just like, is anybody even in here? You know, is anybody even in here? You know, I get you get press. I get that you get like, oh, I got the right from Marvel and DC. Like we get all that, but at the end of the day, this industry is not the same as it was 5, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 15 years ago. This ain't the same Marvel that Stan Lee and Jack Kirby and Christopher Priest and all these guys grew up in, laid
John
down some heavy work.
Ridley,
John Ridley,
Dwayne McDuffie.
Wayne McDuffie, yeah,
You know what I
Frank
mean?
Miller, yeah, all those guys. Alan Moore, this ain't the same Marvel and DC these guys cut their teeth into. You know what I'm saying? So it just seems like it's just for the most part they're just phoning shit in. Phoning shit in. This is just, yeah, write something. Here you go. Write something. Here you go. Here you go. You know? And
So
these comic shops, I don't even know what they think. Like they have to see it coming. They got the data. They know, hey, we putting out shit ain't selling. You know what I mean? Like
oh man.
that whole model is gonna deteriorate at some point. The whole model is gonna go.
Oh man. How you feel about that, bro?
I mean, it's definitely preventable if there was actually effort to put the best of the best to make something work. It's not that hard. I talked to a classmate friend at school. He likes anime and manga. Name's Juan. I said, Juan,
Shout
why I
shout
said,
out to
Juan, why?
Juan.
Shout out to Juan, man. That's our sweet man grip sound for costumes and musical. Man, it's multi-layered with it. Um, so I asked Juan, like, yo, he's big time anime manga guy. I was like, dude, why can't? What's wrong with the American comic books? What's wrong with the American style comic books? And he said one of the first things is like, where do you start? If you want to read Black Panther, where do you start? If you want to read Batman, where do you start? Yeah, you could do year one, but where you go after that? You know what I mean? Like, there's too much, and they need consolidation. I think. You want to do One Piece? Start chapter one. You want to do Dragon Ball? Start chapter one. You want to do Demon Slayer? You start at chapter one. You want to do Spider Man? Oh, I'll do Spider Man issue number one. Which issue number one? There's 20 number ones. Over 30 number ones. There's over 30 number ones for Batman. You mean number one from 2014, or you mean like number one from 1993? Huh?
Facts. Facts. Facts.
It's harder to get into. Where do you start? They don't do like a beginner's guide. Like there's no concrete beginner's guide to the stories, you know.
Yep.
He said, and he also said that the writers and the artists then never stay the same. It's not consistent. There's not like one vision, one goal. It's not like someone replaced Akira Toriyama after the Frieza saga and did a different story. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right. Yeah, because Toro Taro just now like started making an imprint 30 years later. It took 30 years for Toro Taro to start like sprinkling his shit in on
Mm-hmm.
Dragon Ball Super. Just
Right.
now.
Just now.
Last year. You know what I'm
30 years.
saying? But anyway, yeah, keep
Yeah.
cooking, bro.
Yeah. So he's saying the lack of consistency with the artist, lack of consistency with the vision, and there's no easy access. Like, and I think a lot of these comic book guys, they got to realize, like, yo, like you got to listen. Like you just can't be like, oh, well, all you got to do is you just ask somebody, and I will personally let you know which one you need to start off with. No, like I need to know issue number one, chapter one. Boom, Amazon. I got it. You shouldn't have to ask an expert. Well, what do you like? What genre do you like? Do you like horror? Do you like comedy, action? Oh, I can get you a run of Batman that's more comedic, or I can get you a run of Batman that's more dark. Like it shouldn't have to be all this.
Man,
researching just to get in there. You know what I mean?
yeah, no, you talking facts, bro. So this is the question that I want to ask here, right? The thing that I want to figure out here is, when did the comic book industry become a branch of the entertainment industry? When did that happen? What is, like, if you had to like put a particular year or timeline on when that happened, when
Hmm.
would you say that that officially took place? When the comic book industry became a branch of the entertainment industry?
You know, I'm gonna have to say probably. I'm partially biased because I grew up in the era. I would say '90s.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to say the '90s. After Batman '89 came out, you had that comic book speculation bubble. You had Image. You had the X-Men cartoon, Spider-Man animated cartoon, Batman animated cartoon. Tons of merchandise off that. You have Batman movies coming out. Um, I froze. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna say '90s, man. I think the '90s where it became more than just people in basements with collections, or like that the typical thing. I think it really became more of like a mainstream acceptance in the '90s. Crashed and burned with the market, and then revived when we came back to the 2000s with the Spider-Man movie, the X-Men movie, Blade, and other movies started to come into prominence with the genre.
Okay. So my next question for you here, brother, is is it possible to make a separation between what's on page and what is in the entertainment industry?
Is it possible to separate the two? You talking about what's in the page compared to what's on screen
Right, right.
in video games?
Because I the way I feel is that at this current point in time, the comic book purchasing audience and the movie going audience are still two different groups of people.
Very separate. Yeah.
But with that being said, I feel like most people who are fans of the big two, or my bad, excuse me, the people who are working for the big two, the current writers, the current artists, the current people who are putting their names behind imprints, are doing whatever they got to do in hopes that what they're putting on page is going to be in theaters one day, or it's going to be on television one day.
Mm.
And to me, I think I'm kind of, I don't know how I feel about that, because there are things that are on page. There are things. Oh man, there's some things that are going on page that are
Hmm.
that are a little bit shaky, and that, because of the entertainment industry being what it is. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
S-
that's definitely a real thing. A lot of comic book, especially indie guys, their comics are nothing but Netflix pitches. They're not really comic books. They're not written just to be consumed in one medium. They're written as pitches to Netflix, to other people who might want to pick up their comic book for adaptations. And you're right. It's almost like association. It's like if I write Ironheart and then the Ironheart TV show comes out, that there's a little bit of that, like, oh, like I wrote Ironheart comic book series, that
Yo,
the TV show was based on. You know what
what's
I'm saying?
good,
And
Disney? What's good?
yeah, it was good. Right, right. There's a little bit of like association, like, oh, I don't know what the MCU does. I just know what, like, you. There's just the fact that they may not use your material, but the fact that you're in there. It's like you're almost in there. You're on the opposite side of the building, but you're in the building.
Your
You know?
peripheral.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
So I want to get invited to the red carpet. I want to be at the red carpet. I want to be in the theater. I want to be and I want you to interview me about the character. Hey, the movie coming out. I wrote on the book. 5 years ago, interview me.
Man,
You know
listen.
what I mean? Look,
Uh,
that's let's be real. That's part of the catch.
let's get right to it here, bro. Shout out to Herschel, man.
Theo
Sh-
Herschel. Should I give him? Let me see if I can get an invite, man.
Shout
Yeah,
out to
see if we can
Herschel.
come out.
You know what I mean? I'm gonna put that out there first and foremost, man. Shout out to Herschel. But the topic for tonight is that everybody is compromised, bro. And with that being said, is there a downside to being compromised? What are the upsides and what are the downsides to being compromised? With you with you specifically going to school and how to learning how to write, learning how to format your content towards the entertainment industry. What are the
Hmm.
upsides and the downsides to being compromised?
The upsides to being compromised is that it's almost like you're in the race. You're in the race. You're in the rat race towards whatever it is in the industry, gaming, movies, whatever. You have a little bit of a knowledge of like how's it run, how's it managed, and some tools on how to get there. But on the other hand, it's pretty much like freedom of speech in terms of like, yeah, this movie comes out, it's horrible, but bro, like I see the director literally like almost every day. He's in the lot. I park next to him. We're in the Warner lot. You know what I'm saying? Or he's across the street at Paramount. You know what I mean? Like I can't just come out and trash this joint because I'm like, you know, you know what I mean? Like one of the writers that I listen to, he's a showrunner.
Mm-hmm.
I took his courses, and he can't. He states specifically shows in a positive manner, but when he says he sees something that's trashy or bad, he can't say what show it is
He
because he's
picks
in there.
out right,
Yeah,
right. He just
yeah,
picks out what he doesn't like. He throws a subliminal.
yeah. Slight. He'll be like, "I watched this," but he won't tell you what this was. Or something. I watched something recent, or I watched something 2 years ago, and it didn't capture then this, but he won't say what movie it was because he's in there.
He,
You know what I
he,
mean?
yeah, he's leery of just implicitly saying, I didn't like this."
Yeah. Or
Okay.
like he won't use like because then it's like, okay, well what oh, like what director, what crew, what da 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 da. You know, it's working relationships. It's almost like how would we say like was it Bravo flight fucking sucks. You know what I'm saying? Like they're always late. Uh they always get caught up in discipline. Their leadership's trash. Da 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 da. And like you say it to them right at like commander's call or something like that, you know? Like so like you said, especially like entertainment industry, everyone's compromised. Everybody. If you're going in the entertainment industry, you're always compromised. You can't tell who's telling you all your inside scoops. You're compromised. You can't
Okay.
state you just interviewed the director and the cast of this new movie. It comes out. It doesn't live up to expectations. Are you gonna go easy on it? Or are you gonna go the way you usually do? You just interviewed him. You smiled. You laughed. You had this great interview. Are you at that point compromised? Can you really speak the way you want to about this film, or you gotta sugarcoat it a little bit? You know what I
Well,
mean?
so in that instance, more likely than not, what happens? What's the most likely outcome to that interaction?
The most likely outcome is sugarcoated review. Sugarcoated review. Even our boy JBP, you know what I mean? Joe Budden. right? No sponsors, none of that. But
Uh-huh.
can he really say 100% what he wants to say?
I'm gonna say about
Sure.
98.
98.
98%.
About 98, right? About 98. But he also knows he's got working relationships with certain artists in the industry. So there's already that. Like, I can't, what's the running joke? I don't even talk about music no more. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like,
Yep.
so it's I think working relationships is probably one of the most, hardest things to, I guess, overcome as content creation or anyone trying to get into a field publicly putting material out there. Probably working relations with people in a peer group. So you can't outright, you'd have to go Young Ripper to really go, like, you have to be like, look, I'm so far this way, no one's going to touch me. I'm not expecting a phone call. I'm not expecting an email. I'm not expecting anything from these cats. So I'm going to do me right over here. And I don't care what you have to say about it.
And I mean, even then, that's a glitch in the matrix.
Yeah.
That's not something that's supposed to happen. You know what I'm
True.
saying?
True.
That's something that is not supposed to happen. That goes
Mhm.
against the blueprint right there. That's tracing outside of the lines and just so happening to resonate. Like under normal circumstances, like don't get me wrong, I've never read Esam. I've never read any of those comic books before. I can't speak
Yeah.
to the content of what's actually on those pages. But
Mhm.
I mean, we had brother Arthur on this platform before.
You
And,
did.
and shout out to brother Arthur. You know what I'm saying? Because he stands on business. That's a
Critical
guy that
narrative
stands
theory.
that's a guy that stands on business. But respectfully, even he jumped on our platform and was giving off energy on our platform that he ain't giving off on his platform, and
Right.
openly admitted that, right?
Mhm. True.
So, you know, and I'm saying this from a perspective of respect because I respect what it is that he's doing, jumping on YouTube and trying to occupy this space here. He knows that there's an audience of people that are looking at his videos and looking to his content to get certain takes. But with that being said, we know what it is here. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
There
Hell,
there's a
everyone gets a little freedom on our channel. Everyone gets a little bit looser on our channel. I wonder why. Must be the
um,
liquor. I don't know.
and I mean, listen, this is fun. At the end of the day, this is fun. But even
Yeah.
even for you, even for you and what it is that you're trying to do as a writer, as a director, as somebody
Mhm.
who's learning the ins and outs on how to produce entertainment, like there are things that we've done on this channel, even though we feel that they haven't been harmful, that might come back to bite you in the ass one of these days.
Yeah.
You
It's
know what I'm
true.
saying?
I mean, hey, BlurCon. I mean, enough said.
You know,
That day may come. Hey, yo, I get booked for BlurCon as a guest. Pod 3-4 years old. You know what I mean?
and I mean by then, who knows? Who
Bring
knows,
up the
bro? In
episode.
in 3-4 years, who knows, dog? Like BlurCon might be
Yeah.
sponsored by whoever, right? And then you get brought in as
Crunchyroll.
a right, you get brought in as a guest, and they pull up us saying XYZ, and it's like, oh, he's out of there. He's out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I think, but how does it feel knowing that though? Like, how does it feel knowing that, pardon the pun, behind the scenes, there are compromises that are being made? How do
Mhm.
you feel about that?
I mean, I feel like it's almost like cross the bridge when you get there. but it's also like you have to look at it in context. I feel like, yeah, there's some stuff we probably could delete, sure, but to me, it's like I have nothing to hide. Like I wouldn't want to delete it, and I don't have a freaking media marketer manager or whatever like that. But for me personally, it's like there's nothing. We can talk about it in the aftermath of it all, but I don't want to delete anything that we have previously said or stated. Um, I don't want to delete anything because I have nothing to hide. I was like, here, this I said it. I acknowledge that I said it, and that's that. I think the minute you start like overthinking it, like, okay, maybe I should, maybe okay, maybe I'll delete that comment. Okay, maybe no, maybe I'll pull this one down because like at that moment, I think you get lost in the sauce of it all, and that's when you really truly become self-aware and super compromised at that point. I think that's a road I don't want to go down. I would rather, hey, you found it, cool, great, yes, I said it. I'm not taking it down. Like I literally, it's right there for you to see. So I don't like trying to cover up tracks and doing stuff like that. Like the one time we did, it was literally it was just an accuracy thing with the X-Men. I think She-Hulk too. That was the only time. It's just inaccurate information, not the viewpoint, but the
Wait.
information was
She-Hulk.
because I think we did She-Hulk was Latina.
Oh yeah,
We
yeah.
pulled that. Yeah, we did. She-Hulk was Latina. Because we thought we assumed Tatiana Maslany was Hispanic.
Oh man, that
She's
was a
not.
typo. That was that was a
and then
typo.
and then the Cyclops video.
And that was hilarious. That was
That was
actually
hilarious.
pretty funny, man.
Yeah.
But the sentiments to how we felt about that was not wrong. I don't
Right.
feel bad about the opinions expressed. The only thing that was wrong was the information that was being relayed.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have an issue on backtracking on being wrong about information. But if I'm expressing the way that I feel about a certain issue, I'm not moonwalking on that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a reason to moonwalk on that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not expressing an opinion on a particular topic with the intention on making somebody angry or whatever. Like, nah,
No.
I don't like. I mean, look, man. Listen. I'm just gonna put it this way, and this
Mm-hmm.
is this is just taking it a little bit left here for a second. But when you put your right hand up, when you swear an oath to shed blood in the name of the United States of America, right? Respectfully, when you've done that,
Mm-hmm.
it goes past the point to me of, you know, well, I don't like Star Wars because of pink hair. Like, I don't care about Star Wars having pink hair, motherfucker. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've made a pledge to put my life on the line for every person who lives in the United States of America. If I
True.
don't, you know what I'm saying? If I feel a way, if I want to express an opinion, I'm going to express an opinion, but it's not coming from a place of being malicious. It's just coming from a place of expressing the way that I feel about that particular topic. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm.
there's no reason for me to clout chase anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sure you feel the same way. If if it was about clout chasing, you know what I'm saying? We would have been on YouTube acting a fucking fool 3 years ago.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We would have been out here in these internet streets acting a fucking fool for the sake of clicks and likes and all of that. Like, at the end of the day, we're doing because of recreation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the brothers in the Discord and the people that we've gotten to be cool with, and I'm sure even the relationships that you formed with other creators are not based on clout, right?
Nope. Connection. Clout.
Exactly.
Yep. Connection over clout.
So I like that connection over clout,
Connection over
but
clout.
connection over compromise.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like every now and then, I feel like there needs to be like a summit meeting to get some of this shit out here
Hmm.
when things start to go a little bit sideways. Because there are
Right.
people who there are groups, channels, and people that I'm sure you have respect for, and that I have respect for. And I'm not about subliminals. I'm not about trying to tear anybody down or anything like that, right? But when there's fuckery going on in the game, when the game is a little bit shaky out here, right? When shit is getting a little bit, you know, a little bit distorted out here, the only thing that I would hope is that, people with more access than what we have would be willing to step out and say, you know what, that doesn't look
Right. Hmm.
that doesn't work for me, brother.
Hmm.
Especially Donovan, if you know that behind the scenes, quote unquote, that there are people who aren't on board with everything that's going on, would be willing to step up and be like, you know what, I'm not feeling that right there. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right. That's that
if
the sugar coated video movie review. Yeah,
if you know, you know. If
man.
you know, you know. You know what I
Sneak
mean?
attack.
If,
Sneak attack. Oh my gosh, yo.
if you
Right. But I mean, here's the thing. If you like, there is a difference between speaking up saying, "Hey, I'm not down with that," and then there's a difference of going the marksman route on certain things, the thumbnails and the titles, and going for very explicit, very bombastic approach of like heel yelling in the camera and all this and other shit about um, your grievances with a comic book.
yep.
So you don't have to go that route, but you can state, I'm not feeling that. That was not, to me, I don't know why that was necessary at all. At all. Because some of the stuff isn't necessary at all, and they still do it. You know what I mean? Um, but I understand, trying to climb the ladder. There's certain things that come attached to trying to funnel in to getting that traction. D Smith.
Man.
Yo,
Oh
what up?
man. Oh
Hey,
man.
what's up, man? How much you
Man,
got to drink
man.
at that Shakespearean event, bro?
Shout out to D Smith, man. Stay away from like blinking lights, bro.
What's going on, y'all? What's up? What's up?
Listen, man, everybody is compromised. That's
Mm,
that's what's up, man. That's what's up. That's what's up. Everybody is compromised, man. I
mm-hmm.
told my wife last night, man. You know what I mean? We gotta put everybody under review, bro.
Mm,
Everybody, we gotta put
everybody, shit.
you
I'm
gotta
compromised. I'm not gonna. What am I gonna fucking fake about it? I can't. I'm not going in these blurs about anime like that. And like, why? You know what I mean? Like the blurs and anime thing. Like, there's no point for me to do that anymore.
listen, man.
Like,
That's what's up, D Smith. Everybody is
yeah,
compromised,
everybody's
dog.
compromised.
Everybody been compromised for a while now, brother.
You
Shoot,
know what I'm saying?
it's just getting worse now. The way
Listen,
the way that people are being compromised now.
listen, man. We gotta get that T-shirt. Let's get compromised
Let's get compromised, man. Because
with a picture of P Diddy.
yeah, man. Oh shit. Yeah, because I mean it's been WWE, but there's been a lot of what do you call that? Not bumps. Botches.
Yeah,
It's been botchamania out here. It was WrestleMania, it was WWE. Now it's botchamania out here with this compromise, with just how things are running right now. In general.
cause man, like, look, man. Have you spoken to Herschel?
Yeah, we is now indie comics all the way.
There you
Indie
go.
comics all the way.
There you go. That's all.
Mhm.
Like, there you
Indie
go.
comics all
I-
the way. Yep.
If he's expressed those sentiments to you, if he's expressed that to you, that's everything I need to know right there. That's
Yep.
everything that I need to know right there. If you know, you know. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But
if you know, you know.
I mean, it took something of that nature to finally flip the switch on it. Like it took something of that nature. Like it
Wait,
literally
wait, wait, wait.
imploded.
Let me. What's going on exactly? I asked because I wasn't here for the last 35 minutes. Oh, oh Lord.
Okay. So when it comes to, oh man,
Just say, just rip the Band-Aid
son.
off. Just
All
rip
right,
the
all
Band-Aid
right,
off.
okay, all right. So the new Black Panther run.
Oh shit.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
new Black Panther run.
Say no more, bro. Say no more.
Yeah, the new Black Panther run.
I read it at first. I was like, wait, what? And then I had to
Mhm.
read it again, and I was like, oh,
Right.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah,
Look, man.
nah.
Look. Shout out to brother. Shout out to brother Herschel, man.
Yeah.
and we
I mean,
thought we was getting Catwoman when we really was getting something else. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say.
Shout out to Herschel, man.
yeah. I
Shout
mean,
out to
shout out to BCL because I know they're doing their thing, and I know that when you're striving for certain things and you're like you're going like you. I mean, you're getting these interviews, you're getting access, you're growing, and then someone just pretty much leaves the grenade in your base and the exits. It's like
Grenade in the suitcase, brother.
in the suitcase,
It was a
the
suitcase bomb.
C4 in the suitcase. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Right after dinner, right after hey, good night, y'all have a good one.
Hmm.
You know what
I
I'm
mean,
saying?
listen, man.
But
Hey, look, I'm being tactful here. I'm being
yeah,
careful because I don't want to look. I'm being careful here. I'm being careful because I'm not about clout chasing. I'm not about YouTube beef. I'm not about
no,
negativity towards
no,
other brothers. Like I'm not about any of that. And I
Hmm.
mean, and I like I said, I respect Brother Herschel. I respect what they doing on that platform, and I'm not gonna do that on this channel. We not gonna do that, right?
no, no,
But
no. We got lot of love and support and respect
and
for
I
sure
didn't
for
even want
BCL.
to, and I didn't even and I didn't even want to get in. I didn't even want to take it that far, to be honest with you. But if you know, you know. You know what I mean? And Donovan, you know.
I
So
know, I know. And that can,
you
and
don't.
then
Yeah.
it can happen to anybody. It can happen to anybody. You can literally interview. I mean, these things happen. You interview somebody, and later on something happens, right? And then it's like, well,
Now,
shit,
yep.
you know,
Now
damn,
you got to make
like,
a choice.
yeah, now you gotta make a choice. I just took a picture with so and so. We buddied up. Some shit happens. Damn.
Well, with them new Google phones, bro, you can just wipe that shit clean.
Yeah, but when you put something on this platform,
Oh,
Yes.
when
I know, I know.
Yeah.
I was making a joke.
oh my bad, my bad,
No.
my bad. Yeah, but when you put something on this platform, when you put something out here in this format, and
It's
you
there
use
forever.
and you
Hmm.
use that to expand your equity in a particular space, you've taken two steps forward. You can't step out of that now.
Hmm.
You've already committed what it is that you're doing to whatever comes with that in return. And
Hmm.
again, if you know, you know,
Hmm. And I
respectfully.
think respectfully, I think it's a discussion about associations, relations, just being out here in this podcasting constantly interconnected world that we're in right now, where anything can happen to anybody, like Jonathan Majors. You know what I mean? Like Michael B. Jordan hitting him up in texts and phone calls, or is just silent. We don't know that. It's none of my business, but that's something that's real that can happen. That's something that you have to process personally and marketing in business wise. Stuff like this happens all the time to individuals and people where, well, shit, now what? What do you do? It's a real thing.
And listen, man, I would love to have a conversation I would love to get Arthur's take on some of these things that are going on.
Yeah.
I would love to get Herschel's take on some of these things that are going on. I would love to have that conversation. But I'm gonna move this on to another question here, right? When we talk about when we use that word compromised, and we talk about some of these spaces that people are trying to occupy. And I mean, y'all had a serious discussion the other night, a serious discussion about being Black creators with Vonell and Charles and Orion chiming in as well. Is there an added element of pressure as a Black person in this space to go along and get along?
To a certain extent. Oh, go ahead.
Because that seems to be the expectation overall across the board.
To a certain extent, I think so. I would definitely agree with that, because we expect that especially when you talk to certain people, you expect them to be a certain way or have carry themselves a certain way, especially from their online persona or their interactions with other people. And then you find out later that they're not exactly who they said they were. Or maybe they were that all along and we just didn't know it. That's all I got.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, there's always a pressure to deliver. There's always a pressure to you have less mistakes that you can make compared to other people. You have to be you're judged not on the quality of work, but based on your appearance. We talk about this all the time where, hey, why am I Christopher Priest? Why am I only writing Black characters? Why am I only doing the hood stuff? Why can't I just write Superman? Why can't I write Batman? Why I'm a writer? I can write everyone and anything. Why am I only get pigeonholed to one thing? And for the creators out there, I'm not sure if there's a pressure to do super pro Black fight evil white man comics. Like, I'm not sure if there's just like you have to do it, but you don't have to do that. Yeah. Like, I'm not saying if you want to do it, that's cool. That's your prerogative, but there is no pressure. Like it's like there is sort of a sense of like, oh, all right, evil white man, are we gonna do black on black violence? Like, I think you just need to worry about the story, figure out the story first, and not try to get too much in your head over all the preconceived notions of what you're doing, because others have the freedom to express freely their stories and do what they want to do. Like Iron Fist, like we didn't write that. No one of Asian heritage wrote Iron Fist or Shang-Chi. And they were able to make kung fu villains, and they were able to just really create this thing. And look where it's at right now. And they did it without any penalty, no kind of like pressure to like get it like super authentic. They just did it and put it out there. And I think we want the same thing. It's just that everything now seems like it's more underneath a microscope, where we feel like maybe we have to just, no, let me just have Black man fighting the police instead of what I really want,
Hashtag unsubscribed.
Hashtag unsubscribe. Yes.
Unsubscribe, yeah. Donovan. All right, man. Look, listen, man. I'm really trying to be tactful for no reason right now. But I'm being tactful out of respect for a lot of people that we've interacted with on this channel here. And the thing that bothers me the most about everything that we're talking about here, what bothers me the most is that, to me, there's still an element of oversight. There's still an element of what we're creating being dictated to us by someone else.
Mm-hmm.
I feel that way. Inherently, I feel that way. And the thing that bothers me more than anything else about that is that there's nothing that anyone can do about it. There's a little bit of hopelessness that I feel when I think
Oof.
about. I'm sorry. I'm just
Hey,
keeping this
hey,
100,
you
bro.
ain't saying nothing. You ain't telling no lies.
There's a little bit of hopelessness that I feel in terms of the future of what is considered black culture and black entertainment, because the dollar means more than anything else. Nobody wants to be broke. The worst thing that as a brother, as a black man in America, one of the worst things that I could say to another brother is that, nigga, you broke. You know
Hold
what
on,
I'm
man.
saying?
We back?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
good,
yeah,
We
yeah,
bro.
yeah.
wonder.
So when we
Okay.
talk about compromise, like you did earlier, the the desperation to avoid feeling as though you're on a lower ground, or that somebody has the higher ground than what you have, or that your platform isn't on the same level as another platform, is that you would be willing to jump out of the
Mm-hmm.
window to sell out somebody else. You know what I'm saying? When in reality,
Mm-hmm.
that was we doing too much, bro. We doing too much, man. We doing too much. I'm sorry, brother. I'm sorry.
Nah, you're good, man. You're good. Um,
Like,
no, you're right. I mean, I see these posts all the time, like, oh, why can't on Facebook, whatever? Why can't we fight dragons? Why can't there be a story of us, sci-fi story of us in space? But knowing us, it'd be racist aliens in space we'd have to fight. It'd be white dragons we'd have to slay.
no, but
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 like they
not
would
not to
still put that. Yeah, go ahead.
my bad. Not to cut your wisdom, brother, but the whole point of it is that it wouldn't be us doing that. It would be someone else telling us that that is
To
the
do it that
space.
way.
Yes, it would be someone
Mm,
else telling us that that is the space that we need to be occupying.
Hmm.
And that is the
Tell
entire
nigga shit.
issue. That is the entire issue that I have right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're past the point of we're past the point of, respectfully, again, we're past the point of just where it's like, okay, black folks only watch the Jeffersons in good times. We're past that point now. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Like, our age group has expanded the scope of what we're entertained by so much to where we can have a conversation with anybody about anything. There's black people that watch The Office. There's black people that watch fucking Seinfeld. There's black people that watch
true.
wrestling. There's black folks that
Mm-hmm.
obviously watch anime and cartoons and all of these shows on HBO and Showtime. You see what I'm saying? It's gotten to the point where, to me, it's almost disrespectful that black culture and black entertainment, I'm going to repeat this again from what I said the other night. To me, it's disrespectful that black culture, in terms of entertainment that we see, every time we see people who look like us, the scope of content is like this. It's one square box, and we're all fighting for one corner of the same fucking box. You know what I'm saying? Uh why can't Denzel Washington be the star of a sci-fi film or the star of one of these epic fantasy films? He's the best actor alive right now, right? He was nominated for an
Right.
Academy Award for, if I'm not mistaken, the Coen brothers directed a Shakespearean play and
Yes.
put it into a movie on Apple TV, and he was
Macbeth.
nominated for Best Actor, right?
Hmm.
Why can't Denzel Washington be in a black helmed project under those same circumstances? Why not? You see what I'm saying?
Mm.
Why not? Why is it that most times you see things that apply to us in entertainment is love and hip hop or the
Trash
type of
TV or
crash
dramas.
crash TV, crash TV. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. Fuckery is entertaining. The fuckery is entertaining. Sometimes you got to embrace the fuckery just to make sure that your own mind hasn't slipped, right? But and look, I'm being honest with you, right? But you know what I mean? It all depends on the kind of fuckery you indulge in. For me, the fuckery is like professional wrestling because it's not real, right? It's not
Mhm.
it's not real. But the scope of what it is that we are into is so far beyond the stereotypes that it's disrespectful in my view when the greater entertainment industry is still pushing the stereotypes. And then there are people with a voice who have an influence who look like us that are able to do projects and they're embracing the stereotypes. If black folks didn't watch Game of Thrones, House Valerian wouldn't be on House of the Dragon. You see what I'm saying? There's a
Hmm.
cause
Mhm.
and a my bad, brother. I'm not trying to take this and run with it. I'm sorry. I'm
Now
sorry.
you go.
I don't
Keep cooking, dog. Keep cooking.
I,
Keep
I I
I'm
cooking.
not
feel you. I feel you.
I'm not trying to take this and run with it, but I'm just speaking from the heart here. Like, you know what I'm saying? The scope of influence in what it is that we have over the entertainment industry as a whole is so much bigger than just the fuckery. But what bothers me is that we're not pushed to look past the fuckery. We're not pushed to push the boundaries of what it is that we can do. You know what I'm saying? Like at every other turn, it's always the lowest hanging fruit that gets catered to us here. And to me, that's bullshit, bro. To me, that's fucking bullshit. And it's reflected in every other culture here. In the hip hop culture, you have younger artists, you have people who are considered media that are disrespecting the same people that made this the most profitable industry on fucking earth, right? In the fashion industry, you have black folks that are going out of their way to spend money to get validation, spending money on European brands. In the entertainment industry, it works the same way here. Like to me, we've been getting fucked from jump here. And in the comic books industry, again, you got the Hickman effect. So all it took for y'all niggas out there to decide y'all are X-Men fans is for Jonathan Hickman to write a comic book that sounds like something that happened in actual history 60 years ago. Like, are you fucking kidding me right now? Are you fucking kidding me? Like, so it took Jonathan Hickman writing an X-Men book to be somewhat historically accurate for y'all niggas to get out there and Google search shit that happened in real life. And now he wrote the playbook on liberation. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you serious right now? You get what I'm saying here?
I see what you're saying, man. Keep cooking, man. Keep
So
cooking.
so then you give so then you know he gets and you know whatever. I'm not even gonna say pause, but you give him an inch, and then the mile comes later on. You open the door, and then it gets kicked down to where later on you see some of the things in black comic books that are being specifically. You see what I'm saying? There's
Yeah.
no such thing as a coincidence. No such thing, bro. It starts it starts in one spot and then later on you see the results of it somewhere else. So is it what
Facts.
is the difference between compliance and compromise? What's the difference?
Whew. Compliance and compromise. I feel like com- internally for me, compliance is a one-time deal where it's not permanent. Compliance is like just one action. Compromise means that it's deeper. it's going to take more to uproot a problem. It's compromise means it's not something that's temporary. It's something that can be uh, more than momentary. It could be something that's longer to acknowledge and to get rid of, so to speak. Um, I think compromise is more of a character, while compliance is more of an action.
Mm.
I would
I
say
think that
compliance is more like someone being handcuffed to a situation, while compliance is someone who's willing to be handcuffed to a situation.
Whew. This is getting heavy, man.
mm,
This is getting very this is getting heavy. And I feel like my last 10-minute rant might ruffle some feathers here, bro.
I
But
mean, yeah, when you celebrate and praise something like Hickman's run being the blueprint for Black liberation, and saying, "Oh, I love his X-Men run," he's given like, and it's literally just rinse repeat of a Tariq Nasheed video.
but Tariq is, oh god.
Uh,
See,
yeah,
it gets a little
FBA's for mutants. That's what it was.
oh god.
For mutants by mutants. Mutants only. No humans allowed. Hey, we got the cure for cancer. Guess what? We're not going to give it to you because you're a human. That whole thing. Yeah.
Nasty work, man.
Nasty work, man.
Nasty work.
I only date mutants. Hashtag I only date mutants.
Oh man, what about hey, all right, man. I'm gonna chill out, bro. But it's some nasty work out here, man. And it makes and again it begs the question here. How did things line up so perfectly for Eric July? How did that line up to where everything was just crystal clear for him to make millions and expose this industry?
I think it took 10 years. I think he's been on YouTube for 10 years.
Hmm.
So everyone thinks that it's like an instant pop up when it comes to success, but usually there's a path that you just don't see for the before the pop up. So for you, you might have seen him when he was at 500K subs, but for others, you might have been there at 2K or 10K or 50K. Um, what he did was he really did almost like a Trump effect of these comic book fans who were Marvel and DC were
Galvanize.
saying he galvanized them together. Yes, he put them together and said Marvel and DC said, if you don't like these comics, you don't like the heroes change. We're doing these changes. We're getting a new audience. We don't care about you guys anymore. Like you don't like comic books. You don't like the characters. This ain't for you anymore. And what he did was he took this big group of people, pretty much the only people buying the damn books. I think that's what he exposed too, of like who's really buying these books, who's going to the comic shop and buying these books, and who's just retweeting the motherfucking image. That's what he
Hmm.
exposed. That's what he exposed. He took really the buyers who would go into comic shops and buy this stuff, and he brought them to his website, his own crowdfunding. He didn't have to cut nothing for Kickstarter, Indiegogo. He brought them over. He got them to buy into his vision, because his vision was more in line of what they wanted. And even if it wasn't the best product, it was mostly the message, it was mostly the vision, it was mostly what it represented that they bought into more so than the actual story. They they bought into the anti-establishment aspect of it. They bought into the old school. This is the way the comics are supposed to be: politically free, woke free, quote unquote woke free, and all that jazz. That's what they bought into. So it was a perfect wildstorm, because whatever Marvel and DC would do, it was advertisement for him. Hey, guess what? There's an alternative gay Spider-Man. That was advertisement. Hey, we're changing up this character. It was advertisement for him. By Odin's Fade, that's advertisement for him. You know what I'm saying? He could literally call out all the mistakes
Oh man, they caught him. They got him, bro. They got him.
Yep. By Odin's fate, they got him.
Wait, so look, that was a real thing, bro. Odin's fate is a real thing.
Yes, bro. Yes, bro. What killed me is when he also had a chick come in saying, coming in hot wings.
Who
It was
said
just like
that?
the same writer of that book.
Yo, Donovan, you hear us, bro? We good? We clear?
Yeah, I'm back. My
All
Florida
right,
internet.
all right.
Motherfucker said hot wings.
So by Odin's fate, who wrote that, bro?
I don't remember, but it was stupid because everyone bought the issue to see how bad it was. Rose price of the book went up. It was sold out.
So, and who said Odin's fate?
My connection is bad, man.
It was Miles himself that said
Oh,
it.
it's-
My thing is, D. Smith, where you at right now, bro?
Home.
Hey, bro, turn your fucking camera on, bro.
Nah, bro. Nah. Not at the moment. Maybe in like
Uh,
another 10, but not at the moment.
hey, nigga, you getting your hair braided or something, man? What's going on, man?
Stuff. I'll just say that.
This
Stuff.
nigga just said stuff. But what is the context? What is the context behind Miles Morales saying by Odin's fate? Why is he saying that?
I don't remember, man, but it was like it was some dumbass line that he said. It was just stupid. It was just stupid. It was very much a lot of that issue is very caricaturish.
And then somebody said something about hot wings. Who said that? What was the line
Yeah,
exactly?
there was a chick who was basically I think his sister or something. It's basically Falcon, but as a chick, and she's flying into the hangar, and she says "Hot Wings coming in."
Yep.
Like who wrote that?
And that's
Who writes like that?
how you appeal to black comic book readers, right?
Apparently, according to that guy, yeah. I wish I had that old Boondock strip when the teacher was sitting up there trying to identify with black people by watching Booty Call.
And then we got the black Hank McCoy saying off top, or what did he say? Off jump.
off jump. Rip or something like that with the dreads. Yeah.
Oh Lord.
This is how we appeal to black comic book readers, right? And then on the inverse of that, there are black comic book readers that are doing backflips over this shit, bro. Right?
I mean, right.
Doing
I mean,
backflips over this
The
shit.
Blacksman was a hit according to
And I
them. They
mean,
loved it.
look,
Yeah.
I'm sure it was probably a quality book, and that's not a reflection on the quality of that book, but by Odin's fate, like that actually got written, and somebody in editorial read that and said, "Hey, this is good shit right here, guys.
Mm.
I think this is really gonna get them here. You know what else we should say? Hot wings coming in. Like, what are we like? Listen, man,
They probably do it again.
get the fuck out of here with that bullshit, man. Look, dog, get out of here with that bullshit, bro. Like, I mean, listen, it's 10:30 where I'm at. It's 11:30 in Florida. I know you had a long day working on the set, working on homework, man. We was only supposed to go live for an hour, but I'm gonna repeat what I said before as a mission statement here. Every now and then on the behind the scene podcast, we just got to clear a couple cobwebs. We got to dust off a couple things, and we gotta pick up the bullshit here, right? For anybody for anybody that's concerned about, what I'm saying, compromises, motherfuckers being all in the videos, you know what I'm saying, not giving you genuine opinions. come on over to the Behind the Scene podcast, where a podcast is the motherfucking podcast, man. Like we've been doing this for 3 years, haven't made a single dollar off of these conversations that we're having. At the end of the day, this is all recreational. This is fun. This is therapeutic. We get to talk about entertainment. We get to talk about life. We just get to talk. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We're not right about everything. We're not. The whole point of it is that we're understanding that we're not going to be right about everything. But you got to call the bullshit when you see it, man. And I don't like that everybody is compromised, bro. I don't like feeling that everybody is compromised.
Yeah, I mean, back in the day, yeah, old school YouTube wasn't like this. You know, this modern age,
Ooh, not
everyone
even
is looking.
close.
I
Not
mean,
even close.
everyone's looking for the bag. Everyone's trying to get the Google Sense ad money. You know, everyone is compromised. Everyone is compromised. It's no longer just streaming just to stream, streaming for branding, streaming for exposure, streaming for marketing. It's no longer just do it just for the fun, just for the hell of it. Everyone has a goal. Everyone's trying to become, you know, that
The
guy.
next one
Everyone
up.
wants to get paid off this shit. Next one up. Everyone wants to make a living off this shit. They want to go to work. Hey, I want to be entertaining. I want to be an entertainer. I want to get on this podcast, make money so I don't have to go to work. That's what it is. I want to stream. I want to play video games, entertain. I don't want to go to work.
Get them.
Mhm. And then they find out that this shit is actually work.
Everything
It
is
is
a
work.
work.
It
Exactly.
is.
Everything is a work. And we're all marks.
Mhm.
Well, to quote the great one.
You know what I mean? Listen, man.
Hey yo.
Hey yo. All I got to say is that I said what I said. You know what I'm saying? Big shout outs to Orion Online. Big shout outs to
Yeah.
Charles, okingdomcome.com. You know what I mean? Shout outs to Money Making Margin. Shout
Yeah.
outs to D Smith doing God knows what right now. Doing God knows what right now. And you know what I mean? Big shout outs to the director, man. Kosh Famous, the
Oh, man.
musical. You know what I'm saying?
Coming
Hard,
soon.
hard work out there. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is, man. And big shout outs to Brother Herschel, man. Big shout outs to Brother Herschel. You know what I'm saying? I would love to know what is on his mind right now. I would love to know what's on his mind right now. You know what I mean? Other than
Yeah.
indie comics.
Indie comic revolution, man. Indie comics all the way, brother. All the
Other
way.
than
Hey, we out here, bro. We out
other,
here.
other than indie comics, man. Like, I'm not trying to stir up no shit. Shout outs to Arthur, but where you at, Arthur? Where you at, man? Where you at, bro?
Man,
What
he
is the
getting them. He's getting some action at this poetry thing, man. In Denver,
Oh,
bro.
right?
good.
He ain't thinking about none of this shit right now, bro. He is
But
so far removed from it.
but I can promise the next time we go live, you know what I mean, we'll actually be having conversations instead of rants. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
But
But
on that
sometimes you
note,
got to get it off, man. Sometimes you got to get it off, you know.
on that note, bro, as before sometime next week, Donovan, you know what I mean, the review of Magic 3 by Nas that dropped today. You know what I mean? Keep an eye on that,
Mm,
bro. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I mean, it's
mm,
11:30 in Florida, brother. Get some sleep, man.
yeah. I appreciate that. Hey, I appreciate you, Uncle Jack, man, holding down the channel, you know, providing the content and the spirit for the channel and the energy, getting things right, calling it how it is 100%. Um, been doing it since 2020. Shout out to Von L, Delta Dogs.
Word,
You
word,
know what I
word.
mean? Shout
I'm
out.
glad I'm glad
Yo,
we got him on camera, man.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Yeah, man. Shout out to everyone. Shout out to Troy. Shout out to everyone who's been on this platform, the Discord, the listeners out there. I mean, we doing this for the fun of it, for the hell of it. Um, you know when we're compromised. So yeah,
On that note, bro,
yeah.
timestamps coming soon. And hey, y'all brothers be safe, man.
All right, man.
All right.
Have a
Peace.
good night.
Peace.
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 Peace.